build here in Primerica. You do that through being and building yourself to becoming financially independent, right? And so I'm about to share my screen again once this starts going. Sorry if you guys hear a little echo for a hot second while this gets up and running. 1 second. My bad, guys. Come on. The one day it takes
Build
forever.
here in Primerica.
There we go. Okay, great. Okay, can you guys all see my screen again? I'm sorry about that, guys. Give me a little thumbs up if you can see it. Thank you. Elian's sitting right next to me if you guys did not know that. Everybody say hi, Elian. Hello. But all right, guys. So let's see. Click onto the next one. Oh my gosh, my computer is falling apart. All right, so 8 to 10 hours a week is going to buy you total financial freedom. All you need to do, guys, is follow the system, plugging in, being engaged, being excited, driving people to meetings, and just following this fast start system that we're going to do. I'll tell you, part of the system is turn on your cameras. Anyway, guys, your business is on this three-legged stool. This is going to look a lot and feel a lot like your orientation did probably for some of you guys, but there's 3 legs. And our business model, guys, there's these 3 keys to being successful. Number 1 is the field training and the fast start bonus. All right, number 2 or number 3, I guess, is field training and fast start bonus. Number 2 is the trainings and the conference calls. Guys, get in on the meetings. Do not miss a meeting. And number 3 is get your life insurance license done. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is just this fast start bonus, right? So field training, when we're going out on field training, guys, we're teaching you duplication and following the system. When you follow the system, it is absolutely everything. It's going to get you to the point that you're doing what I'm doing, right? Because that is ultimately where, Seth, you're going to become financially independent, is learning how to build your business, Danny, so that way you can do it without me or without your trainer, right? And it's through field training. That's where you get the duplication. And when you follow the system, you learn it and you can teach it. And guys, I want to challenge you. Shift your mindset. We have a lot of new people. Shift your mindset from, I just need to learn this, to I need to learn this so that I can teach this. Okay, because eventually you're going to have a team. You're going to have people that you're training, and you need to make sure that you are able to teach it to them so that way they can also see what it looks like to win. Are you following me, guys? I hope that makes sense. So your ability to make big money and have total freedom is dependent on 2 things. Number 1, you developing the ability to get referrals. You need to be able to go out into the marketplace, and you need to be able to talk to people and get more names and numbers than what you showed up there with. Does that make sense? You need to make sure that you have enough going on, Danny, that when you show up to an appointment, you're know for sure you're going to get 1 or 2 more names and numbers to talk to. Everybody type referrals in the Zoom chat. I spelled it out the right way right there. So make sure you guys drop that in the Zoom chat. Referrals. Your job is to get referrals. That's the number 1 most important thing. For you to go out and make money, you need to develop the ability for you to get referrals. Number 2, you need to duplicate that into a massive amount of people. So think about it this way, guys. If I can get 3 referrals, that's great. I go on an appointment, I now have 3 more people to talk to. But check this out, Danny. If you go out and you teach 25 other people how to get referrals, and they all go on 1 appointment, that turns from 25 to 75 people for you to talk to right away. Just by teaching them how to get referrals, by duplicating that into a massive number of people. Okay. And we need to get good at that, guys. And the only way you get good at that is by going on your field training appointments. So guys, in the first 30 days, this is what it looks like. We took away basically all the licensing requirements on the left-hand side. All right. You need to go out, and when you're in the first 30 days, you go out and you do 1 recruit. You find 1 person that does not like what they do for work. Right? How many of you guys know somebody that wants to make more money? Anyone at all? Just type me in the Zoom chat. If you know anybody that wants to make more money or hates their job. I would venture to guess it is almost all of us, if not all of us, right? So you need 1 recruit, 1 person working on getting their license. That's it, just 1. And you help 1 family with life insurance, guys, and that could be your own family. That's the craziest thing, in my opinion, that you could get paid and promoted off your own life insurance policy if that is something that you wanted to do. So guys, you go do that. You're at a 35% commission forever. It never goes away. You're making $350 every time that you go out and help somebody. Doesn't matter if you're full-time, part-time, whatever. You're at a senior rep. You'll never lose that. but you're going to make $200 in that fast start bonus. Plus, if you get through all your licensing before next Monday at 3 a.m. Eastern time, you guys are going to be able to get an additional $100 in your fast start. And if you get one recruit and 3,000 in sales, guys, you're going to make an additional $500 on top of that. So guys, hear me out here, right? If you get to division leader in your first 30 days, you're going to make $1,000 plus an extra 100 for getting through your licensing, plus an extra 500 for doing the 1x3. So you're going to make $1,650 as a division leader. You're going to have 5 people, Seth, on your team that you can talk to now to build your business, right? You're going to have 5 additional new people for you to talk to, and you're going to start this duplication process. Guys, but if you're like me and you came into this and you're like, Dan, I really just got to get this thing going. I got to make some money like now. My wife and I were 5 months behind on our mortgage when we started this thing, and we needed to make money. And so I saw that if I got 15 recruits, $15,000 in premium, I knew that I would be able to be at a senior regional leader. I would never go away at 80% contract. Guys, 15,000 in premium in your first 30 days. And 15 recruits get you to senior regional leader, with the caveat that you have to be able to run all of your appointments by yourself. Orientation, recruits, kitchen tables, and you need to be licensed. Okay, you need to have your SIE scheduled, which means your investment test needs to be scheduled. But that's the highest compensation level that you can get without being a regional vice president. Guys, we're trying to get you paid. We want you to get your 5 recruits, because think about this. If you got 5 recruits, and you taught those 5 to go get 5 more recruits, that's 25 people on your team that you have, and you're 30 days in the business. And then Danny, you're licensed, you're the field trainer. Each of those 5 people do 5 sales. That's 25 sales. That's $25,000 in commissionable sales, right? And now, Danny, you're at a 60% contract as a division leader. So it's 25,000 times 0.6. That's 15 G's in cash in your pocket as a division leader. Guys, you can do that in your first 30 days. I promise you can. Guys, everybody type 15 grand in the Zoom chat real quick. I don't think some of y'all heard me, because some of you guys look like you're sleeping right now. Seth, you look very warm. Are you okay? Awesome. All right, guys. So look, check this out, guys. You're going to get paid on all 25 of those sales as the licensed agent. There's 4 main reasons, 4 key reasons why you want to get off to a fast start. Number 1, you're going to make a $1,000 bonus. All right, you get to division leader, you're going to make $1,000. Right. Like I said, right now, you're actually make $1,650 if you go do it that way. If you go by the end of the month, if you go past your test by April 3rd at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to make an additional $500 on top of that. Plus, you got through your material and a $50 app sign up. You're at $1,650 in your bonus. Normally, it's $1,000. Okay. And you're starting at a 60% contract. Number 2, you're at a 60% contract once you're licensed. Number 3, you're making money on the training appointments for your new teammates while you're bringing them on. They're making the bonus still, guys. They're still getting paid. You need to understand they are still making money. Right? But you are going to also make the commission off that, because there is a commission that has to get paid out. And number 4, you're getting trained by the best of the best. So if you knew for certain that eventually you were going to have to go do it by yourself, would you want to learn from the best people that you possibly could on how to build your business, or would you want to try to figure it out? I'm telling you guys, like, I went on 54 field training appointments with Andy. That's how many appointments I had booked. I didn't need to, but I wasn't licensed fast enough. So I kept jumping on and listening to what he was doing. I would listen onto his calls so I could learn. My biggest thing that I hear people say all the time when after they start getting going is, I wish I went on more field training appointments, because that is where you learn how to do this, guys. You're not going to learn how to do this by watching a recording or listening to an audio. You learn in the field. You learn how to do it. Like, how many of you guys learned how to ride a bike? Just raise your hand. How many of you guys learned how to ride a bike by watching YouTube videos about how to ride a bike? Or did you actually get on the bike and pedal and crash into a tree, right? Then you got up, you shook the dust off, you put a little bandage on your knees, you jumped on again, you tried again. Maybe the YouTube video helped you, but it did not teach you. The real world experience teaches you guys. You got to get in the field. And those 4 things, the $1,000 bonus, 60% contract, the income you're going to make off field training, and getting trained by the best people, guys, those are the 4 biggest reasons why you got to get going. Guys, we have tons of resources for you that you guys can use. Now we use Telegram, but there's memory joggers, which you should have got yesterday. I will get a PDF of that and I will put it in the Telegram chat at some point in the next few days. If someone can remind me, that'd be great, but I'll do my best to find that. Guys, you need to master the funnel. So every 100 names and numbers should lead to 70 phone calls that you talk to people on over the course of a few calls, 50 appointments that you run, 30 of those close, 20 of those are going to become clients, and 10 of those are going to become recruits. If you could put 100 names and numbers, this might sound like impossible for some of you guys, but if you put 100 names and numbers on a piece of paper and you let your trainer help you, you are going to end up at 10 by 20, right? Let's go backwards real quick for some of you guys that forgot. 10 by 10 is going to get you to just above division leader, almost regional leader. We're a recruiting first team. I'm just going to be real with you. You're probably going to end up at a regional leader with 100 names. There's no way that you don't, in my opinion. Guys, we're going to help you build inventory, right? You need to build inventory. And what that looks like is names and numbers, guys. There's a 1,000 persons name list that we talk about all the time where you want to have 1,000 different people that you can talk to. And for some of you guys, you're like, I definitely don't know 1,000 people. I guarantee you, you've met and you know 1,000 people. It's just going to take some time for you to become comfortable figuring out, okay, where do I go to find those names, right? Go to your Facebook page. You probably have 600, 700, 800 friends or more than that. Maybe you don't know all of them. That's fine. But you probably know some of them and write all those names down. Take those 600 friends. There's 600 names. Your phone book, guys. Go to your contacts in your phone and look how many contacts do you have. I guarantee you have 200 or 300 in there at least. Like I know I have almost 3,000 contacts in my phone, right? You got your email list, you got your Twitter followers, your Instagram followers. You get the point. There are so many places you can go look. On top of that, you probably have yearbooks laying around that you haven't opened in 30 years, right? And so go look at them, open them up. Oh, I forgot about that person, right? Oh my goodness, I forgot about him. Like, and just write them down. You don't have to have the name, the number to put them on your list. Just make a list, because the bigger the list is, the harder it is for you to get stressed out about not having people to talk to. Guys, every time I start adding names and numbers to my list aggressively, like when my biggest goal is to fill my list up with names and numbers, I get to like 50 and I'm actually calling them. I get to like 50 and I don't have time to go back to my list because I start working with people. I get into their market, I help them, I teach them, I build them a leg, right, guys? Now look at this. We have a thing called 5 to stay alive. Type 5 to stay alive in the Zoom chat real quick. So we have a thing called 5 to stay alive. Okay. So there, you need to have 5 renewable sources of names and numbers of people that you can talk to. Okay. This is going to set some of you guys free right now. Some of y'all are like, oh, Dan, I only know one person. Great. Here, I'm going to teach you how to come up with more than one person. Okay. So number one, you need to have 5 to stay alive. Okay. So I do not care what it is. You can make it up. This is just 5 examples on this one right here. So the first one is like church social gatherings. Okay. So maybe for you, it's something else. Maybe it's the gym. It doesn't necessarily matter, but this is a place that you're going out where there's constantly new people that you are meeting and speaking to. And it's very simple. Like when you're talking to them, you just get their name and number. It's crazy. Like, oh my goodness, I'd love to get coffee with you. Here's my number. What's yours? I'll text you my contact info. That doesn't mean it needs to immediately lead to an appointment set, but what'd you just do, Seth? You got a name and number for your list, right? You got a name and number for your list. Networking groups, BNIs, Chamber of Commerce, different networking things. I've been beating a drum with this for 7-8 months with the people that get on our morning calls every week. Get into a networking group, get into some type of Chamber of Commerce or something like that, where you are intentionally put around people that want to build a business. Right. The second thing, the second or the third one, this is like, what's it say? Open networking events. Yeah. Chamber of Commerce, Rotary groups. Exactly the same thing. Get around people, Facebook groups, out and about prospecting, the white pages. Like it literally doesn't matter where they come from, right? Maybe it's your Facebook feed. It doesn't matter, but you need to have 5 to stay alive. And our 5 that I use social media as number 1. Our church is number 2. Let me be very clear on this. Don't go to church just to sell people insurance. That's terrible. Okay. You're like, I'm not gonna say you're a bad person, but you need Jesus, and not just because you're going there for the wrong reasons. But you're gonna go, you meet people when you're there, right? And when you meet people, you build relationships. And when you build relationships, people need to know what you do so they can refer people to you. That's normal. Okay. Don't walk up into church and be like, who wants to buy life insurance? That is not how you should be doing that. Okay. So I just wanted to caveat. So for me, it's social media, the church that we go to. I'm also in a networking group that's part of the church. That is intentionally to build your business. So that one's on purpose, but that's my networking group that I go to. I also go to Chamber of Commerce rarely, but I go. My name's in the list. So every once in a while I get a call. I use our gym, and then I use out and about prospecting. Now that doesn't mean I don't do anything else, right? But those are my main 5. And I know that, Danny, every week I'm going to add 15 to 25 contacts, 15 to 25 new appointments on my calendar every week from those 5 to stay alive. Guaranteed. Because it's just, I've worked it into my habit, because Andy told me if I don't do that, I'm going to need to go get a job. So I was like, well, I guess I need to do that then. I need to figure out a way to find 25 people to talk to, because I'm definitely not getting a job. Right. So some of y'all, if I told you right now, Seth, if you put, please mute yourselves, y'all. Seth, if I told you, if you put 25 names and numbers on a list every week, I'll pay you $1,000. And that would be your full-time job. You just got to put 25 names and numbers on a list each week, and you would make a full-time income off just doing that, nothing else. I guarantee you, your ass would find a way to put 25 names and numbers on a list. Yes or no? Right. And so, guys, look, your list is worth so much more than $1,000 a week. Your list is worth so much more than $1,000 a week. And so it should be your personal mission. If you've like, Dan, I've never added not one name to a list. Your number one thing right now should be, I'm going to start a list, and this week I'm going to get 25 names on that list. I do not care where they come from. It does not matter. The point is that you grow your list. Okay, everybody type grow my list in the Zoom chat. You need to be growing your list aggressively, like your life and your business depends on it. Why? Because it does. If you don't have a list, you're going to run out of people. Okay. And so I want you to never run out of people, guys. You need to get licensed as soon as you possibly can. So if you are not already actively in your life insurance licensing right now, you need to text your trainer a bunch of fire emojis, because you're actively on fire right now. You need to get your licensing done yesterday. It should not take you more than 2 weeks. Okay. Some of y'all, it takes a little bit longer than that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make you mad, but you need to get it done. And you need to go pass your test, because I want you to make money. You cannot make money without a license. All right, everybody type get licensed in the Zoom chat right now. There's 26 of you on. There should be over 100 people, over 20 comments in the Zoom chat. You need to get licensed, guys, yesterday. It needs to be like mission number 1 that you go get this thing done. So schedule your test. If you want to go in person, amazing. Go in person. I don't care. If you want to do it online, awesome. Schedule the test. We don't go to college you don't go to a college class without knowing the testing date, right? They tell you, hey, your final exam is on May 7th. They tell you that in freaking January. Why? So you have time to study for it, so you can make sure you're ready. Right, guys, your life insurance licensing exam, you should schedule that thing for no more. There should be 20 people scheduling their exam for no more than 2 weeks out from tonight, right now. You should reach out to to Lynette, who hopefully, okay, perfect. That's not what Lynette looks like. I forgot to delete that picture. My bad. But your licensing coach is Lynette Slowinski. Write that phone number down. And I want to challenge you, text her your name, your rep ID number, and say, I want to schedule my test. Right? Like text her for real right now. Just be like, hey, Lynette, Dan said to text you and schedule my test. Do it. And I'm going to have her tell me you text her. So I'll know if you did. I'll know you're serious. I'll know you're coachable. Guys, I don't care if you're not even in your material yet. Schedule it and put an end date to your suffering, aka studying. I know I said the wrong word. I'm sorry. But put an end date to your studying and get it over with, guys. Schedule with Lynette. That's her phone number, guys. Write it down. Text her your first and last name and your rep ID number and say, I need to schedule my test. All right, guys, and tell her you're on Team Redemption. She'll help you. Guys, the last thing is get your Go Green and take the guaranteed exam. So the guaranteed exam has Primerica pay for your test. All right, if you have not taken the guaranteed exam yet, you'll pay for it and it'll get reimbursed, but you can take the guaranteed exam, which is an additional simulated exam, and that'll give you the ability to have Primerica pay for your exam for you. Okay, guys, get with Lynette. Use her as a resource. We pay her real American dollars to help you get your licensing done, guys. If we're paying people money to get you a license, do you think that it's important that you go get licensed? If I'm paying out of my pocket to have somebody help you get licensed, guys, don't sleep on the licensing, all right? Get that done ASAP, all right? Meetings and conference calls, meetings and trainings, guys. Everybody type meetings in the Zoom chat. Do not miss the meetings, guys. It's super important that you make it to these because this is where you're going to learn all the secrets on how to build your business, okay? And I accidentally opened up the chat. And so, oh, there we go. All right, perfect. I fixed it. So meetings are going to make you money. This is going to be where you learn how to build your business, guys. So everybody type a little money emoji, a money bag emoji in the Zoom chat for me real quick. So I know you're still paying attention. If you can't figure it out, just type the word money. It's fine. But guys, meetings get you to learn how to make money. Okay. Because if you're not on this, you're not going to learn the importance of getting off to a fast start, right? Guys, meetings help you build your team. Why? Because you could recruit the paint off the walls, have no idea what's going on, Leah, in your business. You're like, I have no clue what's happening right now. I can get my life insurance license, and that's pretty much it. But you recruit 10 people and you plug them all into a training with me. I will teach them what you do not know how to teach them yet. Are you following me, guys? Does that make sense? I will teach your people how to build a business for you while you're getting licensed. That's how you build a team. Everybody asks me all the time, like, Dan, how'd you make so much money in your first 90 days in Primerica? Well, because I did exactly what I'm telling you guys to do right now. I got off to a fast start. I recruited people and I plugged their ass into the meetings and I made sure that they showed up and I called them all. I didn't text them. I did text them also, but I called all of my recruits every week and I said, hey, Angie, get on the training tonight at 7 o'clock. It's very important that you're there. I can count on you, right? Yes, great, perfect. I'll see you there. Hang up. Hey, Leah, I need you on training tonight at 8 o'clock. It's going to be incredible. You'll be there? Yes, great. Hang up. Guys, and I did that with so much urgency that, like, if people miss the meetings, I just knew that they weren't committed. I'm not trying to be mean, but like, you got to get on the calls. You got to make it a priority again, because here comes the whole story, Seth, again, of if I gave you $1,000 to never miss a meeting every week, would you be on every meeting no matter what? You would block off your whole damn schedule to make sure that you made every single call. Yes or no? But again, that information you're going to learn on these meetings is worth so much more to you than $1,000 a week. You should be making $1,000 a day with the information that you're learning here over time. I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen for you, but it's going to take some time and it's going to help. You have to become competent, and that's where the meetings teach you that. Specifically, our 8 a.m. closer calls that we're doing, the wake up calls in the morning, where I'm teaching you how to close business. I'm walking you through policies and breaking them down. Like, I'm teaching you how to get off to a fast start, what to do with your new recruits. When you close a life app, what do you do next? Like, that is literally what the morning calls are for, is to teach you that stuff and to fix the problems that you're running into. And the last thing, guys, is Primerica is a structured freedom business. What does that mean? A lot of people come to Primerica and they're like, Dan, I just want to work whenever I want to, but you need to have a structure, and that allows you to have the freedom, right? Because I know that if I eat a certain amount of calories, I can eat whatever I want and not gain weight obnoxiously, right? And it's the same thing here. I know that if I never miss a meeting and if I rally my team to get on every training, that over time, what that's going to do is that's going to create freedom for me where I have choices and I can do what I want, right? And guys, you got to understand, like the most critical thing. I want everybody to write this down, because this is going to be my challenge, is that somebody on this call within the next 30 days is going to have 25 people on their team showing up to every meeting. So you should write that down. Like, write on your note, in your notes, I will have 25 people on meetings by next week. Is that what you're writing now? Yeah, see, I thought I saw that. That's what made me think that. But you guys got to write that down and say it to yourself every day. And it might sound stupid, Leah. You might be like, this is dumb. Why am I doing this? Because you gotta shift your thinking, right? So, like, a lot of you guys, and I'm not trying to be mean, but a lot of us are coming from jobs, yes or no, where you clock in and you clock out. When you are self-employed or when you own a business, you don't get the luxury of clocking in or clocking out, but you get the luxury of creating your own schedule, which gives you way more freedom. And it's in that structure, in that schedule, that you find the freedom. It's not in like the willy-nilly showing up whenever you want to, hoping for the best. That's not where you get any sort of freedom. And I'm telling you guys, I've experienced that firsthand. Like we started making money in Primerica and I was like, I'll just show up when I want to. I still went to the meetings, but outside of that, I was like, I'll just give away appointments. No, that's not where you find freedom. You find freedom in doing what other people won't so you can have what other people don't have later. Right? You got to sacrifice now. Like a lot of you guys are in college and school and you're fighting. Like you're like, man, I got to get licensed. I got to go through this. I got my biology class. I got all these other crap going on. That's great. Carve out time and make this a priority. Structure and schedule this into your life like it's important because it is. I promise you guys. All right. So here's our meeting times. If you don't already know them, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. It's on rvptrainingcenter.com. Will you type that in the Zoom chat? Just Elian, nobody else. Just type that in the Zoom chat. And then y'all copy and paste the link that Elian's posting in the Zoom chat right now for you, and save it in your notes. That is the link for every Tuesday night. All right, it's at 7 to 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, we good? Thumbs up, Zoom people, if you're good. If you can see me, thumbs up. Or we get, or not see me. If 7 o'clock, you got that written down. Great. Saturday from 12 to 2, so noon to 2. Usually that's over before 2 o'clock, but it's blocked off for 2 hours. And then Sunday from 8 to 8:45. So the call that you are on right now from 8 to 8:45, that's the Sunday Night Skills. This is the 101 series, guys, where you should be rallying all of your people to this call. This should be the highest attended call by our team every week, because this is where you're going to learn the basics of the business. And it's on a rolling 6-week cycle. Literally 6 weeks from now, we're going to be right back on the same thing, but we're also going to have a 201 class going on in a breakout room, where you're going to, all of you guys are going to move on to 201 and you're going to learn how to do the business at the next level outside of 101. But you got to go through 101 first, right? Like you don't go to algebra 4 and then go back to algebra 1. It don't work that way. You have to learn the basics, right, guys? And then we have optional wake-up calls. These are the morning calls. These are where I'm going to teach you how to close business. I'm going to teach you how to get really good at Primerica at 8 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday. All right. And then right before that at 7:45, we do an optional Bible study. I'd love to see you all on that as well. And so it's at 7:45 is the Bible study. 8 o'clock is the call, Monday through Friday in the morning. You do not have to have your camera on that, although I do like to see your face if we can. But you don't have to have your camera on. Get onto that one, guys. But Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday, I want you to carve those off. I want you to carve those in your schedule. Block them off like your income and your career depends on it. And here's one thing I've been telling a couple people lately. Your family, your friends, they're going to treat your business with the same amount of respect that you do, right? What do I mean by that? So if I know I have a training at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night, but my sister wants to invite me out to get coffee or go to dinner or whatever, I'll say, yeah, great. We can go after training or before training. I have training at 7 until 8:30. Outside of that, I'll do it, but I have to be on the Zoom call at this time, or on Saturday at noon, from noon to 2. Hey, I would love to go to the beach with you, but I'm going to be on a Zoom call while we're sitting on the beach. But when we're done, we can do whatever you want, right? And you have like you carve out the time and you make it a priority. Guys, type that in the Zoom chat. Type make it a priority, because if you make it a priority, the other people around you will be like, oh, she's serious. Okay, great, and they will stop disrespecting your business, because guys, at the end of the day, you get out of this what you put into this. And if you don't show up to trainings and you let everything distract you from getting on the meetings, you're just not going to get what you need to get out of this business. I'm just going to be real with you guys. I've never seen somebody come into Primerica, not show up and win. Never. Y'all can probably, some of you guys that have been around for a little while can probably think of a couple of people that were doing really well, stop showing up to meetings and stop doing well, right? And are probably no longer here or very disengaged. It's just a fact. You have to be on the trainings, because this is where it gets you excited, right? You come onto these meetings, you're like, oh my gosh, this is possible. I can do this. But that does not happen when you're laying on your couch or when you're not showing up to meetings, because you got the whole world distracting you from what you're trying to build. But these calls 3-4 days a week are intended to help you catch your mind, right? It's the gym. It's the fitness center of your business. You go to the gym to get stronger, to get in shape, right? You come to these meetings to learn how to build a business, to get your mindset checked and to learn how to build it. And that's where you guys got to make sure you make these things a priority and you guard them with your life. And you got to become a promoter, because there is a 1-to-1 ratio of people that you consistently bring to meetings and how many sales will be made through your team that month. So let me give you a really good example of this, guys. About 6 months ago, no, I would say more like 4 months ago, we were consistently having about 10 to 15 people on our trainings. Okay. And we would, Angie, we would do every month between $10,000 and $15,000 in premium, like freaking clockwork. Right now, we're averaging about 25 to 35 people on meetings, depending on the day. And we will do somewhere between 30 and 35,000 in premium by the time the month closes out, most likely. And guys, I'm telling you, it is my entire Primerica career has been a 1-to-1 ratio of premium to people on meetings. And it's freaky how close it is. So if you want to make more money, Leah, if you want to do 10 grand in premium, you could go hunt it down, find it all by yourself, or you could go recruit 10 people and get their butts on the meetings. It's that simple. The more people that you have on the meetings, the more sales are going to be made in your base shop, which some of that's going to override to you. Some of that you're going to write yourself. But guys, it's a 1-to-1 ratio of people that you consistently bring and how many sales you make in the month. And meetings build leverage. Think about it this way, guys. Would you rather be an employee or a business owner? I want you guys to type that in the Zoom chat. Would you rather be an employee or a business owner? I'll wait. Put it in the Zoom chat. Owner, business owner. Don't lie to me. I've legitimately never had somebody type in employee and actually mean it. And if you were on training yesterday, you saw Andy said the same thing. He's never had somebody say employee. Nobody wants to be an employee. Why? We want freedom. We want time freedom, income freedom. We want that, but that doesn't happen right away. The business owner does what needs to be done, right? Angie, I want to give you a shout out real quick because the other day, and it has nothing to do with Primerica, but the other day you had something happen where one of your staff couldn't go teach a class and you're like, I got to go do it because you're the freaking business owner and you went and you did it. And it's a commitment to you made a commitment that someone was going to be there and they couldn't. So you did. Right. And guys, that's what it takes to win. It's not like, oh, I'm at home and it's 7:30 and I don't want to get on a Zoom call, but somebody on your team can't get on it. You do it. You own it. You got to show up for it because it's your commitment. Guys, remember, go back to the whole meeting thing. You got to prioritize your business for a period of time for 3 to 5 years, and you're going to be financially independent if you do the things you need to do. 3 to 5 years. Some of you guys are going to work. You would rather trade 40 hours or 40 years of your life to maybe be able to retire with Social Security and hopefully have enough in your 401k, but you won't give this 5 years of 8 to 10 hours a week. You got to check your mindset there, bro. Something's broken in there, right? We got a screw loose or something's going on. You need some help. You need to see it. And what I love about our team right now, guys, just being real, is that we're recruiting a lot of people in the 18 to 23-year-old market. And guys, I want to specifically y'all to hear me for just a second. Like, if you gave this everything you could, 10, maybe 15 hours a week for the next 3 to 5 years, you will have a business that's paying you $200,000 to $300,000 or more a year in your early 20s. That's bananas. Do you understand how crazy that is? Like, but you just got to be willing to put the work in. Are you an owner or a loaner? We talk about this all the time in our presentations. Like, do you own your money? Do you put it to work for you? Does your money build a return? Or are you just loaning it to the bank by letting it sit in your savings account? Guys, are you owning your business, or are you just showing people what this is and hoping that they figure it out themselves? Because you're just loaning garbage there. You're not going to have anything substantial if you're not owning your meetings and driving people to meetings attendance. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the biggest thing that changes your business. You got to get off to a fast start because that is the first precursor to massive success in this business. Over 80% of the people that make over $100,000 a year in Primerica got a fast start to division leader in their first 30 days. 80%. Guys, the numbers don't lie. 80% of the people that make over $100,000 a year, that means they have one of these little Primerica rings, they got to a division leader in their first 30 days, which means they got 5 recruits and $5,000 in sales. So what do I need to do, right? Dan, that's a great question, right? What do I need to do? You need to create an easy 3. Okay, so you're going to start off with an easy 3. I'm going to just write that down. Just write down literally recruits and kitchen tables on your page. I don't care if you've been in the business for a year or if you've been in the business for a day. Write down recruits and kitchen tables on your page. And then I want you to put the number 1, 2, and 3 under both of those lists. And then stop right there. And below that, you're going to make your wedding list. So write out wedding list and put your name and your significant other's name. If you're single, that's great. Just put your name down. And you're going to create a wedding list. And number 3 is you're going to take all those names and you're going to put it into a notebook where you're going to have your 1,000 persons name list that started, right? Because you don't need to be at 1,000 yesterday, but you need to be at 1,000 as fast as possible. And if you add 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 names a day, it happens pretty quick. All of a sudden you're like, whoa, I got way more people to talk to than I thought. But if I told you, John, to come up with 1,000 names right now, you might be like, I got 4, right? But if we're just kind of going throughout our day and we're adding 1 here and 1 there, all of a sudden we're like, oh, wait, this isn't that bad. Like I'm at a couple hundred, like within a week, you'll be surprised. So take a screenshot of this really quick. This is a really good way to kind of mentally see what it is that we're looking for with people, to kind of talk to them, guys. This might be tough to exactly like duplicate off your phone, but screenshot it, whatever you got to do. But guys, we're trying to write down the name, the number. We're going to qualify them with Macho, and we're going to talk to them. I know it's crazy. So many of you guys have one of these little phones, right? You got a little device here, and this device helps you to talk to people. But it doesn't work if you don't put it next to your face and call. Okay, if you just look at it all day and you're watching reels, you are not going to make any money off that, I promise. Guys, your easy 3, imagine you're going into business. You're going to open up a grocery store or something. I don't know. You're going to open up a store tomorrow, a storefront, brick and mortar business. Who are 3 people that you would choose to be your business partners? If you could pick any 3 people that you know to work with you in your new business so it's successful, write those 3 names down under the recruit side on the easy 3 that I just had you write down. Who are the 3 people you would want to go into business with? Who are the 3 people that you know closest to you that are married? Maybe it's your mom and dad. Guys, if you're in that younger demographic that I talked about, we're recruiting a lot of younger people right now. We got to meet with your mom and dad. Why? Because I need them to know what you're doing so they can give you referrals, because they know a lot of people that fit our market. I don't care if they don't want to join the business or if they don't want to get products with us. That's completely fine. But I want them to know what you're doing so they can send people to you, because they know your ideal client. Guys, your parents, like I'm telling you guys, if you're in college right now, your mom and dad, your aunts and uncles, that is the gateway to you having an infinite amount of people for you to talk to. But you have to just become comfortable with saying, hey, you know what? I need some help. I need some training. All right, guys, your wedding list. If you're getting married tomorrow, who's going to be the maid of honor, the best man, the bridesmaids, the groomsmen? Who's going to be in the first couple rows? Like, who's the ring bearers? Who's the parents? Who's the flower girl's parents? Guys, like, I know I'm flying through this right now because I just realized what time it was. I'm trying to get done quick. But guys, write down these names. And then here's the crazy part, guys. Your 1,000 persons name list. Go through your phone. I literally did this the other day, and I was like, I have so many more names than I thought I did. And I was going through and calling them and setting appointments. Social media, look on your Facebook. Go in alphabetical order and just scroll through your Facebook friends. Be like, oh, I totally forgot about this person. And just move their name from Facebook to a sheet of paper. Guys, start from the beginning of when you started working or when you started going to school. All right, who's my best friend in first grade? Who sat at my tables? Who was my teacher? Who was the lunch lady? You're not going to remember everybody, obviously, but just write down their names and then go to second grade and third grade and so on. And just start racking your brain from like, all right, who was it? How did I know them? What was my relationship with them, etc. Right, guys, referrals. Remember, my job is to get you referrals. And number 5 is STEAM. Which we'll talk about that a different time. But guys, start building that list. Our job is to help you build a list. And guys, your goal is to call each one of these people using the script, which we're going to talk about next week. But there is in Teachable an appointment setting boot camp that you can watch and learn how to set appointments. Okay. We're going to teach you guys how to set appointments. And if you are not comfortable picking up the phone and setting an appointment, guys, call your trainer. Type that in the chat, guys. Call your trainer and ask for help and say, Dan, I'm scared. I don't know how to call my grandma, right? We can help you. Guys, I promise you, like, we want you to win. I'm not going to sit here and make you do the work, but the ones that do the work will still be here 60 days, 90 days from now because they're making money. But the ones that don't do what I'm telling you guys to do, the 3 people that already got off Zoom, and those of you that are on here right now watching this being like, in theory, this sounds good, but I just don't know if maybe I'm going to do it my own way. Go ahead and do it your own way. But I promise you, you're not going to get the results that you would get if you did it the right way. Don't reinvent the wheel. Guys, use the system. Guys, next week, we're going to talk about setting appointments. And I got the incentive that I'm going to share with you guys really quick. So I'm super fired up about this, guys. This is going to be exciting to get you all down here for the leadership school on May 5th and 6th. So what we're doing for the rest of the month is the top 3 people. Can you see that? Yeah, perfect. So the top 3 people in personal premium. So you do not need to be licensed. If you're not licensed, you're fighting for this also. If you are licensed, you're fighting for this as well. The premium counts for the licensed agent and the non-licensed agent. But if it's between, let's say, so like, I'm going to pick on like Luke for a second. So Luke, if I'm writing the premium, but it's your training appointment and it's between you and me, who's going to win? You're going to win because you set the appointment, not me. But if you only did one training appointment and that premium I used to win, that's fine. So guys, like you got to go find personal appointments to get on. Okay. From now until April 3rd at 3 p.m., the top 3 people in personal premium. So personal life insurance premium will get their flights for the Tampa Bay Leadership School reimbursed for you. All right. So you get it. You get down here. I will give you cash for your flight when you are at the leadership school. This is not a free flight for you to go to wherever in the world you want to go in the country. This is a reimbursement for you to get your butt down here, take the financial reason for you not being able to make it away so you can get down here and get around people and get in the environment, guys. You should be fighting for this like nobody's business, guys. We have so many big incentives that we're planning for that weekend. Like I've got senior vice presidents, $1 million earners that I'm going to be getting you guys around, but there's going to be a bunch of little incentives dropping over the next month for you guys to get there through appointment setting and premium and recruiting. Guys, next month is going to be bananas. We're going to have the biggest month we've ever had in our base shop, but the end of this month, guys, for the next, 8 days, the next 8 days, the top people for personal life insurance premium between right now and April 3rd at 3 o'clock are going to get their flights reimbursed for Tampa Bay Leadership School. And no, I'm not paying for your first class flight either. I won't necessarily make you fly Spirit and pay $97 for a garbage flight. However, we're going to get on a Zoom call together and book your flight. Sorry, Seth, I'm not putting you on a private jet to fly alone. Okay. That's not how this works. But guys, we'll do whatever we can to help you guys get down here. I'm excited for you guys.